Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. Today we're going to go in depth on the new changes to combat and movement that were added with the Frontier Pursuits update. So first up, let's discuss snipers. Snipers received many indirect buffs because of some of the other changes that we're about to talk about, but the main buff they received has to do with scoped weapons now having aim assist. In the gameplay, the only thing that I'm doing is moving left to right. I'm not even touching my right stick at all to aim, and the scope kind of follows and sticks to the target as I pass over him. I think this was a needed change. Snipers pre-patch were fairly difficult to aim for the average player. They got outclassed by the overpowered auto-aim properties, so now they have some uses for the average player. Up next, Rockstar has added a hit direction indicator that lets you know where you're getting shot from. I'm going to play some footage to show exactly what that looks like from every side right now. It's a very subtle indicator. It doesn't block your view or anything. It's a nice addition to the HUD. Lots of changes were made to the tackle and grapple mechanics. In short, tackling was nerfed pretty heavily. Now if someone is sprinting at you trying to tackle you from the front, you are able to counterattack them with a push. From testing this, we found out that you have to also be sprinting or have some sort of momentum yourself in order to counter the tackle. And this only works if you are tackled from the front. From the sides and back, if you get tackled, there's no way to counter it at all. And lasso tackles still cannot be countered no matter what. We tried it. If you aren't a fan of tackling, you now have the option to run up to an enemy and press right trigger to shove them to the ground as well. The timing on it is kind of tricky. If you press it too early, you'll just end up pulling your gun out. I honestly like the shove more than the tackle now. It's a lot quicker. You can just shove someone over and then shoot them while they're on the ground. However, the shove can also be countered the same way that the front tackle can, so it's not overpowered either. The next change is a major one as well that affects a lot of the core gameplay elements. Pretty much every single animation was sped up. Reloading your weapon now feels like you have sleight of hand permanently. The reloads are crazy fast now. ADS speed was increased, you can cock your gun faster, the looting animation was completely overhauled and sped up. You no longer have to slowly crouch down, reach into the guy's pocket, and then take the item. Now it's just a fast crouch and you just swipe at the guy to loot them. No more picking up the body at all. I can't even begin to tell you how much better it is, man. It's so much better. It used to take like 10 minutes to loot an entire gang hideout of dead bodies. Now it takes like 2 minutes. The hog tying animation is also faster. You only tie up the hands now. The feet tying is completely skipped altogether. The movement speed and strafe speed in general was also increased. You now move the same speed in first person that you do in third person. Out of all the changes, this is the one I don't think I like that much. The strafing just looks so unnaturally fast. It might even be worse than GTA Online sniper dancing at this point. It just looks off. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. It's like I'm moving in super speed when I'm aiming down the sights now. It looks especially weird when you're strafing while crouching. I mean, does this look natural to you? You gotta have some super strong thighs to crouch run this fast. I was laughing so hard when we were recording this because of how goofy it looks. In my opinion, only the animations themselves needed to be sped up. The movement should be slowed down just a tad. I'm not against faster movement. I just don't want a repeat of GTA Online sniper dancing. Gunfights should be based more on your aim, not on your strafe. The next one has to do with what Rockstar said pertaining to headshots not being the primary kill method in PvP anymore. And this is all coming from FunMW2 on the GTA forums, by the way, so shout out to him. But this is a pretty big deal. Headshot damage now drops off, meaning that you won't get a one-shot headshot from very long distances with every single weapon like you could before. Pre-patch, if you could lock on and flick up to the enemy's head, they die to a one-shot headshot every time. Now, that's not the case. This test right here was done with a Lancaster repeater, and I can't one-shot headshot him from this distance. And keep in mind, this is without him using Never Without One. He does not have that card on. We ran the same test with the Lamont revolver at around max lock-on range, and it turned out to be a 3-shot to the head, so that's even more prominent than the 2-shot headshot. The only exception to the headshot damage drop-off is if you're using a scope on a repeater or any other weapon. If you use a scope and if you aim down the scope to get a kill, you won't have any headshot damage drop-off. They also increased the damage of all weapons so it doesn't take a million body shots to kill someone anymore. Again, we tested this with the Lancaster repeater and it only took 3 body shots to take him down at full health. I don't remember what the exact number it was before the patch that it took to kill someone, but it was definitely way more than that. I should also mention I'm using Peak Conditioning 3 in the recordings. However, I know for a fact it took way more shots to drop someone pre-patch using the same build. So those are all the major ones that I feel impact the core gameplay a lot. I'll leave a link to the patch notes in the description if you want to read them for yourself and all the things they change on top of this. As for how I feel about these changes, for the most part, they are very good changes. The looting animation change is a huge difference. I can't even express how much I like that change. Like I said earlier, I think the strafe speed could be toned down a bit. Other than that, though, they literally have changed everything that I said they should change. I said in my free aim video that free aim would never work if tackling stayed the same way that it did. That video got so much hate, but guess what? They nerfed tackling, which makes free aim playable. They also have a lot of aim assist in free aim, which obviously they need, otherwise the free aim would look something like you're watching right now, where two people are just trying to strafe back and forth with the insane movement speed. I also said plenty of times that there should be a headshot damage drop off. They added that with this patch. Snipers got aim assist to make them more viable in PvP. I was always a huge proponent of snipers and sniper buffs in this game. For the most part, what they've done in this patch is good. Anyways, that is going to be all for this video. If you guys enjoyed or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more guide and PvP related content. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.